Friends, this is the story of a boy, Robert Kiyosaki. He had two fathers in life, not two real fathers, but two father figures. One was his real father. He was highly educated, a school teacher, respected in society. Robert calls him Poor Dad. The second was his best friend's father. He was not much educated, but he was very smart in money and business. Robert calls him Rich Dad. Now listen carefully. Both gave him advice, but their advice was completely opposite. Poor Dad used to say, study hard, get a good degree, find a secure job, and you'll live happily. For him, job equals security, salary equals success. But Rich Dad used to say, don't just work for money, make money work for you. Learn about business, investments, and assets. For him, knowledge about money equals real power. Robert grew up listening to both. One father was telling him to play safe. The other father was teaching him to take smart risks. And from this clash of ideas, Robert learned the biggest lessons of his life. That schools teach us how to work for money, but nobody teaches us how money works. And that is why even highly educated people struggle financially, while businessmen with less education can become rich. This is the foundation of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Two fathers, two mindsets. And the choice is yours. Do you want to think like the poor dad or like the rich dad? Friends, Robert learned his first big lesson from his rich dad when he was just a small boy. Poor Dad always said, son, study well, get a good job, and earn a steady salary. But Rich Dad smiled and said, only poor people run after salary. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. Now, what does this mean? Let's understand. Poor and middle-class people think, if I get a bigger salary, my life will improve. But actually, their expenses also increase. New phone, new bike, bigger house, and again, they are stuck in the same circle. This is called the rat race. Rich people think differently. Instead of only working for salary, they focus on assets. Things that bring money back to them even when they are sleeping, like rental property, shares, business, royalties. For example, a poor person says, I will work hard for my boss and get a promotion. But a rich person says, I will work hard to build something of my own so that money comes to me again and again. The main point is this. If you work only for money, you will always remain a servant of money. But if you learn how money works, then money becomes your servant. Robert's rich dad always taught him, don't chase temporary salary, build permanent freedom. And that is called financial freedom, when your assets earn more than your expenses, and you are not forced to work just for survival. So remember, friends, the rich don't work for money. They build systems, businesses, and assets, and then money works for them.
Friends, Robert's rich dad always said, schools teach you how to earn money, but they don't teach you how to manage money. And that's why financial literacy is so important. Now, what does financial literacy mean? It simply means understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Assets are things that put money in your pocket. Liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. Simple, right? But here is the problem. Most people don't know this difference. They buy liabilities thinking they are assets. For example, you buy a big car with loan. Every month, EMI, petrol, maintenance, money goes out of your pocket. This is a liability. You buy a small flat and give it on rent. Every month, rent comes into your pocket. This is an asset. Rich people always focus on building assets first, like businesses, investments, rental property, stocks. Poor and middle-class people focus on buying liabilities, new phone, bike, bigger house, luxury items. They think these make them rich, but actually they keep them trapped. Rich Dad explained to Robert, it doesn't matter how much you earn. What matters is how much you keep and how much your money earns for you. So friends, the rule is very simple. Buy assets. Don't waste money on liabilities disguised as assets. If you want to become rich, first become financially literate. Because without this knowledge, even if you earn crores, you can lose it all. But with this knowledge, even if you start small, you can grow very big. Friends, this lesson is very powerful. Rich Dad always told Robert, don't just work in someone else's business, start minding your own business. Now, what does it mean? Most people spend their whole life only depending on salary. They work 9 to 5, earn money, and then spend it on expenses and liabilities. At the end of the month, there is nothing left. But rich people think differently. Yes, they may also do a job in the beginning, but side by side, they start building their own assets: small business, investments, real estate, stocks. For example, if you are working in an IT company, that is not your business. That is your boss's business. You are helping him grow rich. But if you start investing in shares, or buy a small shop, or put money in real estate, that is your business. That will keep giving you money even when you are not working. Rich Dad's formula was very simple. Job is temporary. Assets are permanent. So instead of only working for salary, start creating something that works for you. Because salary can stop any time. But if you have your own assets, money will keep flowing in. Remember this golden line: don't just work for money, let money work for you. That is what it means to mind your own business. Friends, this lesson is an eye-opener. Robert's rich dad explained that tax system is designed in such a way that poor and middle-class people pay the highest taxes, while the rich pay the least. Now, how is this possible? Let's understand simply. Poor and middle class earn salary. On salary, income tax is directly cut by government. So before money even comes into your hand, tax is taken. But rich people don't earn mainly from salary. They earn through businesses, companies, and investments. And here is the smart part. Rich people use the corporation system. In simple words, a corporation is like a separate legal person. When you earn money through your company, first you can show your expenses: office, travel, salaries, investments. And only on the remaining amount you pay tax. This way, rich reduce their tax and protect their wealth. For example, if a middle-class man earns 100,000 rupees salary, first government cuts tax. Then, with leftover money, he pays rent, EMI, food, school fees. But if a rich man earns 100,000 rupees through his company, first he pays expenses like car, office, travel, staff. Suppose 40,000 spent. Then only on remaining 60,000 rupees he pays tax. See the difference? Middle class, tax first, expenses later. Rich, expenses first, tax later. That is why Robert says, the rich don't avoid tax illegally, they just use the system intelligently. Lesson is clear. If you want to grow rich, you must learn about companies, business structures, and how money flows. Because in today's world, financial education is more powerful than hard work.
Friends, Robert's rich dad always said, opportunities are everywhere. But the difference is, poor people don't see them because of fear, and rich people grab them because of financial intelligence. Poor and middle class mostly think, I need a safe job, steady salary. They are scared to take risks. So when an opportunity comes, they say, what if I lose money? What if I fail? And they let the chance go. But the rich have a different mindset. They ask, how can I make this opportunity work for me? They are not afraid of losing. Even if they fail, they learn and try again. For example, during property market crash, many people panic and sell houses. But rich people buy those same houses at cheap price. Later, when prices go up, they earn big profit. This is what Robert means by the rich invent money. Money is not only about working hard. It's about using your mind, creativity, and knowledge to spot opportunities where others only see problems. Remember, financial intelligence equals not just earning money, but learning how to multiply it. So lesson is simple. Don't sit and wait for perfect chance. Opportunities are already around you. You just need to train your mind to see them and have the courage to act. Friends, most people choose jobs only for salary. They ask, how much package? How much monthly income?
But Rich Dad said, don't just work to earn money, work to learn skills. Poor Dad always focused on education, good marks, good job, good salary. But Rich Dad taught Robert, salary will pay your bills, but skills will make you rich. What kind of skills? Sales, how to sell your product or service. Communication, how to talk, convince, and build trust. Investing, how to grow money, not just save it. Management, how to manage people, time, and money. For example, a person may earn $50,000 per month salary, but if he knows sales and investing, he can create a side business, invest money smartly, and build assets. Slowly, his income will multiply beyond salary. Robert himself worked in companies not for money, but to learn. He joined Xerox to learn sales skills, even though he didn't like it. Later, that skill helped him in real estate and business. The lesson is, don't ask only how much money will I get. Also ask, what skill will I learn here that will help me lifelong? Because salary stops when job stops, but skills stay with you forever. So remember, work to learn, not just to earn. Friends, becoming rich is not only about knowledge. Many people know what to do, but still they don't do it. Why? Because of obstacles inside them. Robert says there are 5 big enemies. 1. Fear. Most people are afraid to lose money. They never invest, never try business because they think, what if I fail? But rich people know failure is part of learning. Remember, fear of losing stops you from winning. 2. Cynicism, doubt. People keep saying, this won't work, market is bad, investment is risky. Too much doubt kills opportunity. Rich people check facts, but they take action. Poor people keep doubting and miss chances. 3. Laziness. Some people are not physically lazy, but mentally lazy. They say, I don't have time. But rich people make time to learn about money, opportunities, and investments. 4. Bad habits. Spending before saving, buying unnecessary things, ignoring learning. Poor habits keep you poor. Rich people first invest, then spend. 5. Arrogance. When you think you know everything, you stop learning. Arrogant people don't listen, don't improve. But the rich always stay open to new knowledge. The truth is, your biggest obstacle is not outside, it's inside you. Fear, doubt, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance. If you win over these, you can win over money. So remember, conquer yourself, conquer wealth.
Friends, many people ask how to start the journey of becoming rich. Robert Kiyosaki says, start with 10 simple steps. Let's go one by one. Step 1. Desire. You must have a strong reason why you want to be rich. Without a burning desire, you will quit when problems come. Write down your reason, maybe for family, freedom, or dreams. Step 2. Choose role models. Follow successful people, not complainers. If you want to grow rich, study how rich people think and act. Step 3. Manage yourself. First, control your expenses, control your emotions. If you can't manage yourself, you can't manage money. Step 4. Learn every day. Don't only depend on school education. Read books, attend seminars, learn investing, learn sales. Rich people are lifelong students. Step 5. Pay yourself first. Before paying bills or shopping, save and invest a part of your income. Poor people spend first, then save. Rich people save and invest first, then spend. Step 6. Control liabilities. Don't buy unnecessary things just to show off. Focus on assets that bring money, like investments, business, real estate. Step 7. Work with smart people. Join a mastermind, build a network. Learn from experts, surround yourself with people smarter than you. Step 8. Take action. Knowledge without action is useless. Start small, maybe one investment, one side business.
Don't wait for the perfect time. Step 9. Practice financial discipline. Stay consistent. Avoid quick-rich schemes. Slow, steady, and disciplined efforts create wealth. Step 10. Give back. The more you give, the more you grow. Help others, share knowledge, support society. This creates a positive money energy. So friends, remember, becoming rich is not luck, it's a process. Start with desire, learn daily, take action, and stay disciplined. This is how you awaken your financial genius. Friends, now you know the lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But knowledge alone won't make you rich. You must take action. Don't wait for the perfect time. It will never come. Start today. Small steps are better than waiting. Focus on building assets, not liabilities. Learn the rules of money, invest wisely, and grow your financial intelligence. Remember, the goal is not only to earn money. The real wealth is freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of choice, and freedom to live life your way. So, take a decision today. Start your journey to financial freedom. Start learning, start investing, and start building your future. Because the sooner you start, the sooner you will live life on your terms.